So what? +2 to pretty much everything, I believe.
Okay.
Let me double check that.
+2 to stuff.
Let me double check that.
I think bless is +1d4.
Is it? You might be right. Yes, it is +1d4 to any attack roll or saving throw.
Cool.
And you have 10 temporary hit points once you choose to activate it. So you have the charm. All you have to do is choose to activate it.
It's pretty cool.
And once it's activated, it lasts super primo. And my stealth is 17.
All right.
Aaron will back her up, and let's see what he got for stealth. He's not going to be right up there with her, but...
Well, I figure you are one of the two sneaky people.
Okay, so I got a good stealth.
Wow, maybe you should go first. You're just better than her.
Nah, you can't. Those numbers don't appear in real life in the dungeon.
That is true.
Sometimes if you're lucky, it does.
If you metagame really hard, it does.
Yeah.
I'm probably not flying anymore. You could take my wings.
Okay, so yeah, you probably have landed at this point, and you are on the ground. What is Norte, Mittens, Thrick, and Flavius doing? Are you going to hang back, or?
I'm gonna try to stealth.
Okay, go ahead and make your stealth check. Remember, you are at disadvantage.
And I was just gonna wait for them to come back.
So something to let our viewers know. So the charm that I just gave to Telfar is from a Chwinga, and it is an item that she got while playing at the store. It is a physical necklace that she wears with a, I believe is it quartz crystal? Is it quartz crystal?
Yeah, it is a quartz crystal.
Yeah,
Go put it on.
It's a really fancy quartz crystal, and we have given it magical properties. She purchased it at the store. It comes with magical properties, and this one has a Chwinga in it, which is a nature spirit from the land of Chult. You can read all about that in Tomb of Annihilation. The Chwinga grants her a blessing once per game session, and so it's random. I pick it out at random and give it to her every game session, and it counts for just that game session, usually.
So I am gonna hang back because I am very not sneaky at all.
I
rolled a 2.
Wow, yeah, you did. Okay.
Not 1.
Yeah, you're clanking around all over the place.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna hang back.
All right. That is probably wise.
Flavius was going to get right into the middle of the pass so people don't have to go around him, but then you guys started talking about sneaking in, so he's hanging over on the side.
Okay. What about Thrick and Mittens?
I'm just chilling over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna
Just watching the
wait
corner.
behind.
We're just chilling by the entryway, making sure no one gets by.
Okay. So here's something for you guys. Thanks to my friend Jeff Kaiser, he purchased the player's handbook in Roll20 for me. In the upper right-hand corner, you will see the dark circle with an eye in the middle of it. That is the compendium. I've shared that compendium with everybody here, so if you click on that, you can search the player's handbook for spells or effects or classes or anything that's in the player's handbook, and that will pop up on your screen in a window. That way, it can be faster than having to look it up. I am old school. I still prefer my paper books, but this is quite handy for some of the more obscure things.
I just look everything up on D&D Beyond.
There's that option as well. If you have the player's handbook on D&D Beyond, it's hard to beat that. All right, so you guys.
And the objective is to learn quietly and return back and let the party know what we find out.
Yes.
Sure.
Yavel.
And that responsibility falls mostly to Telfar. I'm just a little bit closer in case everything goes crappy. We won't have to wait an entire round for everybody to appear.
What?
Could I possibly put my stilts on and use my mask of disguise to look like a drow?
Certainly.
Then I will take the 5 minutes to do that.
Okay. Stealthing on stilts while being disguised as a drow.
You know, why not? That way, if I'm seen, I can just be all like, hey, what?
So I will allow that to give you an advantage on any deception checks that you have to make.
Sweet.
So you guys move forward into this cavern. And there are a number of barrel stalk and ripple bark fungi that grow in small gardens around the ridge. Stacks of supplies and gears are neatly lined along the walls, while a small iron pot sits on stones near one alcove. That would be right here.
Okay. So we didn't encounter threats, so we will, with hopefully not using up much actual game time, go back, say, it looks pretty clear, move up.
Okay. So they come back and they tell you guys that it looks clear to move up. Are you guys ready to move into this area up here?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So are these the barrel fungi that have fresh water?
Yes, barrel stalks are a type of fungus. They are a mushroom that has a large barrel-like cap, and you can tap it for fresh water.
Cool.
Well, Norite got a 2 on his stealth. So that pretty much takes care of that. I was about to ask you guys, what was your stealth again? I was like, oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Bum,
I was
bum,
not meant for
bum. So this guy.
Hey, wait a minute! I can see around the corner, and there's drow in there. Just
He
kidding.
can't necessarily see you.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Well, we've got muscle and stealth, and the two are not the same.
Right. Let me add you guys all to...
Well, I mean,
Which
barbarians can do both.
Sometimes.
But this one can't.
Is he wearing
Oh.
armor?
No, but I still don't have a very good stealth.
Some barbarians can be pretty stealthy, actually. Unarmored defense and stuff.
They can be stealthy, but usually they tend to start playing heavy metal music really loud and run into the fray and start swinging a battle axe.
Yeah, battle cries don't work
Doesn't
very
care
well.
where
with
it goes, just has to hit something.
Right, right.
I like the story of the strength-based half orc thief, and he has no dex at all, and he just goes and barges in, grabs people, and goes, "You know, sea grog!" And
Yes. I'm going to hold so
Allow
still
that.
that you won't be able to see me move, and you'll move
Yes.
right past me.
yes, Guardians of the Galaxy, yes.
Just
Yes.
a Drax.
Mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still I've become invisible to you.
The other funny one, I was watching Deadwood, the movie, last night, where the one guy's injured and the doctor's looking over him. And he's got all these internal injuries. Guy's not looking good. And the sheriff asks him, so is he going to recover? And the doctor says, well, the good news is that all bleeding stops eventually. That's all he says. Like, well, he's not wrong. All right. So on their
You're really clever. Not necessarily.
surprise attack, this drow is going to attack Norite, and this drow is going to attack Flavius. But the drow elite warrior, this woman, comes out and just stands out in the open, like she just has the biggest balls ever. So on Norite,
Sorry about the scouting, guys.
22
Well-
to hit.
You scouted.
A what?
22 to hit Norite.
That hits. Is it
Right.
not 20?
No. For
That's good.
8 points of piercing damage.
That
And
does
you
not-
need to make... Nope, never mind. You don't need to make anything. Because they swung their short sword at you. And then on Flavius... Oh, this drow is an idiot. And goes to swing on you with their surprise and falls prone.
Now I can use my feral instinct to, if I rage, act normally on my surprise turn. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to rage, and then I will hit him while he's down.
Yep, and you have advantage on the... Well, you'd have advantage because you're raging anyways, but he is prone, so you would have advantage to attack him.
Just to be clear, I don't actually have advantage.
According to Barbarian's Rage, you have advantage on your attacks and on saving throws. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure that that is correct.
I mean, the person's also prone, so either way you have advantage.
Right. Yeah, you have... Oh, no, you are correct. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, but not on attacks. Gotcha. Okay, you are correct. But you have advantage anyways because he is prone.
So I rolled a 14 plus. Wait, hold on. Let me see what my plus is with a -5. So 17.
Yeah, that hits him. I'm sorry, how much damage you do? Are you still with us, Flavius?
His rage is such that he cannot speak.
Yes. Flavius? There's Flavius typing. 25 points of damage. Okay. So this little drow is no more. Okay. So he just straight up kills this drow. Everybody roll initiative, and we will find out where you lay in stack. Actually. The drow is gone. Norte got an 18. Aaron's a 19. Oh, Norte got a 19.
I
Wanna
got
go
a
first, Carl?
nat 20, so 24.
Nice.
Sure, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, some DMs have it so nat 20s go first. Some make you add your initiative. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't count a nat 20 on a Nash.
But I'm glad, because you also don't count nat ones.
Right. For initiative, right. Telfar, what'd you get?
14.
Okay. And Mittens?
5.
Wow. Oh,
Very glad you don't count nat ones.
and Flavius got a 5. Between Mittens and Flavius, which one of you wants to go first?
I'm fine with going last.
Usually, I always recommend that the sorcerers or wizards go first because of their AoE spells, but that's entirely up to you guys.
There's not much to AoE here.
That's true. Well, I mean,
They're very spread out.
you do seem to have a strange addiction to twin casting fireballs or quick casting fireballs. So.
And going last means you can decide whether to waste a slot or not.
That's true. All right, so we'll let Flavius go first. Thrick, what would you like to do? Don't forget your skeletons.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move up to that one. And
Okay.
then, before I do that, I'm gonna have a skeleton shoot a crossbow at it.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
13.
Nope.
All right. And then I'm gonna have the other 2 skeletons use their maces.
All right.
An 18 to hit and a 14 to hit.
The 18 hits, 14 misses.
Okay. 8 damage.
All right.
And then I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on it.
Okay, go ahead and make
So-
your. Oh, he needs.
Wisdom save.
She needs to make a wisdom save. She got a 14.
That barely fails.
Oh, it's still a failure.
16 damage.
Ouch, bitch.
And then that's all.
All right. Aaron, what would you like to do?
Now, let's go and set up a nice flanking situation for our allies.
All right.
And let's wail on this evil drow that we all hate.
Can you guys hear me now?
I
All
can
right,
hear you.
And I've clicked, and I'm not seeing it show up. So just in case,
Yeah,
we'll do
might
it again.
take a second.
Whoops.
There we
Okay,
go.
that's the one that mattered. I think I misclicked. If it pops up with Sacred Flame, ignore that.
Yep. So was that a nat 20?
That was a 10. You
Ah,
got
gotcha.
a huge plus.
Yeah, you got plus 10 to your rapier. All right. So yeah, that hits.
And there's my damage, and then my sneak damage. Someday the damage will show up.
So
So 14,
14.
piercing plus 11 sneak.
and
So
I'll
25 total.
Yeah, this is a dead drow, is what this is.
Hey.
Oh, man. Sorry. I was trying to set you up to have advantage.
Still got that elite warrior that we have to take care of.
Yeah, you can, I didn't mean to kill steal.
It's fine.
This drow is dead. Norte, what would you like to do?
Okay, I am going to move up right here.
Okay.
I am going to attack the drow elite warrior.
Go for it.
Oh. And I miss with a 7.
Yes, you do. Telfar, what would you like to do?
I would like to snipe the elite drow warrior.
Okay. I found a feat that Telfar needs to pick up. It's a feat called Skulker. When you make a ranged attack, it does not break your stealth.
If you miss.
Right.
I like that. That is what I need.
You can also see better in dark.
Yes.
$21 to hit.
Yep, that gets him.
25 damage.
Ouch. All right.
And I will re-hide.
Okay. So. Oh, wait. No, never mind. You're a halfling. Go ahead. Make your hide.
23.
Nice. So, the first thing that happens. So, the Drow Elite Warrior is going to make 2 short sword attacks on one on Narate and one on Threk. And it's going to miss Narate with a 14. Wow, and going to miss Threk with a 14. And when she swings, you hear some chanting coming from this cavern. And when you look over there, you see that there is a drow mage and a drow priestess of Lolth. Flavius, what would you like to do?
Snipe
Scream
him,
and
Telfar.
rage and attack this guy.
Go for it.
So my first attack, 14.
That is a miss.
My second attack, it's me 18.
That's a hit.
25 damage again.
Oof. And you put the elite drow warrior down. And she falls to the ground, gurgling. So that gives you a bonus action.
Yeah, but I'd have to continue moving. I moved, what, 10 feet?
Yep.
Get there, or 15? Okay, 10 feet?
About 10 feet. So it's about 27 to the priestess and about 30 to the mage.
30 to the mage?
Yeah.
And I moved 10 feet before, so I can get to the mage then, because I have 40 feet of movement.
Well, you could get to the priestess too.
I can?
You're- yeah.
Oh,
It was shorter to the priestess.
Then I will get to the priestess.
All right. Go ahead and make your
I
attack.
will attack her. Do I get the reckless attack on this bonus action or not?
You could, yeah.
Okay. So that would be a 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Nine. 24 damage.
Ouch. Yeah, you swing out and tag her, and she's all like, "Ooh, big boy, do that again." Mittens, what would you like to do?
The drow are twisted.
Especially the priestess of Lolth. I mean, their primary weapon is a cat of nine tails called a scourge. Man.
I'm just gonna. Where's the? That one. No, that's the wrong thing. No, I just make.
Just drawing lines.
So. I'm gonna feline agility just to go right. Right over here. And let's see. I'm just going to firebolt this one.
Go for it.
Does a nat 1 hit?
No. So,
What a surprise.
wow. So you go to cast Firebolt, and you reach into your spell component bag and realize you're out of spell components.
Oh,
I
great.
have a wand.
You're like, oh, crap.
Well, the priestess might have some after we
Yeah,
take
I'm sure
her out. You can.
maybe if you ask nicely, the priestess might loan you some.
I just use a wand instead of spell components.
Do what?
I use a wand.
Oh, okay. So you use your wand, and with a nat 1, it goes, and it is left with only one charge left.
Not good.
So is it a wand that recharges daily at dawn, or?
No, it's like a wand of the War Mage.
Mm,
Just gives a +1 to spell attack bonuses.
but you so
It's
Well-
basically my
right. So it gives a +1 to your spell attack bonus, but you still have to use components to cast a spell.
No, it's my arcane thing.
Focus.
Your arcane focus.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the spell just fizzles. Thrick, what would you like to do?
Alright, I'm gonna move up here and I'm gonna shoot at the I think the right one's the priest, right? Or is that the mage?
This is the priest.
Alright, then I'll shoot at the mage.
Okay,
Or I'll have my skeleton shoot at the mage.
go for it.
Soft 20.
Oof. Yeah, that hits.
For 3 damage.
Oh no.
And then I'm gonna use Toll the Dead on it as well.
Okay. 14, so they failed.
Yep. $28 damage.
Ouch. Stop it.
And then that's all my turn.
Okay, Aaron.
That's Aaron, you say?
Yes.
Ah, well, these little evil drow people, you can fill in the blank with what I would have said. They're too far away for me to get to in my regular move, so I'll have to use my bonus action to dash.
Well, you could, I mean, it's entirely up to you, but you could go like right here and shoot your bow.
Well, true, but then I'd have to drop my weapon and rearm, and I'm just not up for that.
Okay.
So I'll come up to here, that's my regular move, and I'll say, hup, short stuff, and hop this guy with difficult terrain. That adds an extra 5 to get past him, I think. But in any event, it's only like 50 feet to get to here, and I can go 60 with my bonus action.
So I'm not seeing. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah, I had it.
no, that's fine. No, I trust you. Okay, so that was all of your movement then, or all of your action to move.
No, I didn't use my action. I used my bonus action.
Right, because you are a rogue. So go ahead and make your attack.
And I will. Let's see. Make sure I got this. Yeah. So I will make my attack. I think that's a great suggestion for me to make an attack.
Good job. You should make your attack.
Now, did it do it? Yes, it did. Okay, and then here's my damage.
11.
And here's my sneak, since I have an ally really close.
Yep. And another
17
6.
damage.
I'm going to the one to the left of me.
The mage.
No, the one to the to the west. Yes, thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so yeah, so she eats a whole lot of damage, and she is enamored with both of you, Aaron and Flavius. Yeah, there's a whole interesting scene on the previous level in the drow section of the underground city up there that you guys missed. It's one of those situations where I'm like, so there are younger members in our game. How do I describe what is going on in this room? Usually with those kinds of situations, I'm just like, you know what, they're going to learn about it sooner or later, and so I just go ahead and do it. But it is questionable. Norte, what would you like to do?
Don't you
Okay,
worry, Chris. Liam's
Here.
heard all
Alright.
kinds of words from.
They also hear so much at school, it's not funny.
I know, right? They probably know more than I do. And that's saying a lot.
I can get there.
Yeah, you can.
Fast. I am going to attack. Yeah, the mage.
Go for it. Yeah, you might actually have the potential to kill this mage before they have the chance to do anything.
4th level inflict wounds.
Oof. Nope. That's a miss.
I'm switching to my real dice because this thing I only rolled below 10.
Amen. Got to put the digital dice roller in the freezer. All right. So the drow. And I have to look something up real quick. No, that's a stupid spell.
Wait, who's doing what now?
Oh, the mage was looking up a spell and it's dumb.
Please fool us with prestidigitation.
No, I was looking up mage armor and I'm like, why does mage armor take one action? It's not like, oh, hold on, everybody, let me put on mage armor so that I can then get into combat.
Yeah, you do it once, and it's basically a singular spell slot tool.
You wake up in the morning, you cast it.
Right,
Yep.
exactly. That's the way it should be. That's what it's going to be from now on. So they're not wearing mage armor, and it's kind of too late for that. So
They put it on now and try.
Thurs of the it's not going to matter. Thurs of the mage is going to. Let's see. Let me count this.
Do they have any escape spells? At this point, surrounded by bad guys, perceived opponents, I'd be getting the heck out of Dodge.
It probably helps if I spell
There's
missile,
a
right?
reason I tried to put myself in view of both spellcasters.
That's 3. 7 darts. She's going to cast a 5th level magic missile on
Counterspell.
Norite.
Oh.
I'm gonna try and counterspell that.
Okay, go ahead and make your 5th level counterspell.
No.
No, just no.
I tried at 3rd level,
No.
and my god, these dice hate me.
Usually that's my line.
So her spell blasts through your counter spell.
More like I get distracted by the shiny lights.
Well, the counter spell automatically works without any kind of roll against.
No,
3, 2,
it
and
needs
1.
a roll.
Third
No,
level and below, I
no,
think.
3rd and below. So you cast
but
the
this-
spell, it just didn't have enough oomph.
Yeah.
You misjudged how strong it was.
So Norite takes 18 points of force damage. Those were the
Ow.
crappiest damage rolls for magic
that was
missile.
a bad fire.
Yeah,
magic missile.
Yeah, that was a very limp magic missile. Telfar, what would you like to do? I especially like how happy food makes Telfar because I'm watching her webcam and every time she eats, she does a little dance.
I love food so much.
Me too, as you can tell.
Alright. I'm gonna sprout bat wings
All right,
for the next hour.
all right,
And I'm gonna fly up in this business.
okay. Death from above.
Yeah, definitely. And which one is bleeding more
This one's bleeding profusely.
profusely, you say?
Yes.
I think that'll be my...
Not to worry, all drow bleeding ends sooner or later.
Yay! Alright, Snipey McGee, and go. For a 24 to hit.
Yep, that hits. I am the bat.
21 damage.
Ah, yeah. You put an end to the mage.
And I will stealthily float up into the shadows for 23. to start.
All right. Okay. Clean up my dungeon here. All right. So, Melith, I mean, she even has a name that makes her sound like a priestess of wealth.
Says, can't we talk about this?
Oh. She is going to I find it really strange that a priestess of Lolth doesn't have inflict wounds. I mean, how else is she going to put you over her knee and spank you?
Hmm.
Yeah, she doesn't have inflict wounds.
She does not have
Ow.
inflict wounds.
Oh dang.
Oh, that's a
That's
that's
bad
a
news here.
shame.
Yeah, darn. So,
We're
I
really
was
hoping
hoping
for
for
inflict
more.
wounds.
so
was actually
she is
hoping.
going to. So she looks at Aaron and Flavius and says, "Oh, two strapping young lads come to take on little old me." And she casts a 5th level ray of sickness on Flavius. She has a +6 to hit. And her attack is a 17. Flavius. We know hear you, Flavius.
What is your armor class, Sir Flavius?
Yep, Mike's out again.
Ah,
What's your AC,
Only
Flavius?
times you need it.
Yeah, she hits him.
oh, that's not
Oh
good.
no.
Liam, can you bring me the handbook, please?
Phew. For 30 points of
Oof.
necrotic damage.
And all the sickness that it comes with it.
That is necrotic, right? No, I apologize. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. 37 points of poison damage.
37
So-
points of poison damage.
So that would be 18. After
Yeah,
his
so-
resistance?
Yeah, so you would resist 18 points. Still, that's got to suck.
Oh,
Yeah.
Super sucky.
and Ray of Sickness has side effects, doesn't it?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let's see here. Ray of sickening greenish energy lashes out towards a creature within range. On a failed save. Oh. On a hit, the target. On a failed save, it also. Oh, so yeah. So Flavius, make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 18.
18. So you
He's
saved. So you are not poisoned until the end of her next turn. And it is Flavius's turn.
Show her how much you appreciate
Yeah.
being shot.
Yep. 21 hits. Oof.
Ow.
I hope she's got one hit
Yeah.
point left.
So 29 damage and 2 points from previous wound puts her at 31, and that puts her out and on the floor. She is down.
Oh,
Flavius
Dead?
kills her. Yeah, so Flavius brings
Oh,
his weapon down and slashes across her chest and puts her to the dirt.
well, Aaron's going to kick her corpse and say, "How dare you believe that I, an Eladrin, would defile myself by even looking at you with interest, you fallen elf wannabe.
Well, she was actually pretty good looking before she got all corpseified.
She's
So,
a drow.
well, yeah. I mean, you know.
I'm
So,
Eladrin, man. I'm better than
I'm
regular
just saying,
elves.
the drow stay fit.
Have you,
Right,
have you
yeah.
ever seen an actual good-looking drow? Like,
well, if you looked from the neck down, because they're great, but
No,
the red
it's
eyes
just
and the tightly drawn white hair up into a top knot that looks like it probably causes a migraine, not so attractive. So in here or the on the mage Talafar, the mage wears an obsidian scarab bearing the insignia of House Auvryndar, worth 25 gold pieces.
Yay!
Yeah, another scarab. The drow priestess has 2 silver bracelets set with onyx that are worth 25 gold pieces each. She has a flask.
I'll take the scarab because I already had 3, so we're up to 4 now.
Yeah.
If we can ever use them.
She carries a flask of wine. And in the room, you find a Zirkwood chest, of which she is carrying the obvious key. It has an engraving on the handle of the key that matches the engraving on the lock of the Zirkwood chest.
All right.
Well, yeah, let's open
Coincidence.
that business.
Well, I'm
I
going
think we
to
should use that key.
I'm going to check the lock just in case there is something extra strange about it.
Nope, you don't find any traps.
All
Oh,
right.
hold on, we can hear.
Yep, I can hear you.
Well, I figured out what's happening with my mic. I had it turned off, and I was turning it the wrong way each time.
Oh, yeah, that would do it.
Barbarian problems.
I used to have a problem. So my mic on my headset automatically will mute if I flip the mic up, and there was a problem with TeamSpeak in that you would flip the mic up and it would auto mute the hardware, and then when you'd flip, if you left it up for too long, like more than 4 seconds, and put it back down, TeamSpeak wouldn't automatically re-engage the mic, and the only way to fix the problem was to reboot the computer. So this is one of the reasons why I am not a huge fan of TeamSpeak anymore. I mean, I put up with it for a number of years, but Discord's much better. In the Zirkwood chest, you find a pile of 500 gold pieces. Melith's shrine has a 1 pound obsidian figurine of the demon goddess Lolth in spider form that is worth 25 gold pieces. There are 8 sticks of incense that are worth 5 gold pieces each. And each stick will burn for 8 hours and it emits a sickly odor.
I'm gonna throw the statuette against the wall.
Alright.
Try to break
call. Good call.
Thurza the Mage carries a spell scroll of gaseous form in a waterproof Zirkwood tube. She has a spider silk pouch with 25 platinum pieces in it. And she has her spellbook, which has a black leather cover traced with webs of gold.
Fancy.
The spellbook.
Can you copy spells, or is that a wizard only thing?
That's a wizard thing. The spellbook has Alter Self, Cloud Kill, Everard's Black Tentacles, Fly, Greater Invisibility, Lightning Bolt, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Misty Step, Sending, Shield, Sleep, Spider Climb, Web, and Witch Bolt.
Classic drow spells.
Yes. So if
Not
you
a bad find if you're a wizard.
if you want to shorten that, if you put down Thurza's Thurza's spellbook and put down page 64, that way I can just flip right to that page if you have questions about what's in that spellbook. I think that'd be easier than you having to just write everything down.
And dividing up all the coins is 71 gold each and 4 platinum each.
Okay. Can you let's see, say that again?
71 gold and 4 platinum each.
Now, in your investigations, I'm lumping together all 3 of these rooms. In 11C, in this room, you find an archgate. And the archway is set in the back of the wall and carved with images of falling coins. A thin slot is carved into the arch's keystone.
Wasn't there some sort of gem or something on that shrine?
On the shrine, there was a black onyx statue of Lolth in spider form that Norate picked up and threw and busted it next to the wall.
Alright. Would that have fit in this hole?
No. It looks like a coin slot.
Okay.
Like you're like you'd go up and do your laundry with it.
Yeah, try it with a gold coin.
You put in a gold coin and the archway activates. What level are you guys?
8.
Yeah. So this archway would lead you to Area 5 on level 2. So this would take you back up.
Okay.
Like quite a ways, actually.
Yeah.
Now, Thurs's spell book, what page was that?
64.
64.
Okay, 64.
So where would you like to go from here? There are passages that lead out of this central cavern. Of course, all the way back to where you came in that lead to directly to the south and one to the southeast. And then there is a passageway that leads out of here, right here, that goes to roughly the northwest.
Well, we were actually here for a reason.
Oh yeah, the whatever got stolen from that guy.
Yeah, you're looking for the green gem, and you have not found a green gem in here.
We had been following tracks, and they went north from the previous, from 12A. They went kind of northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would suggest we either go back.
So
or
yeah,
we go north and try to, cut the corner.
Which among you is doing the survival check to do the tracking?
Me.
And then wasn't somebody helping you to give you advantage, I thought? Or was that another game?
Maybe another game.
I do 5 games, so this is actually a common motif in my games.
I don't remember getting any help.
Nobody helps me.
Help.
Yep.
I'll help from above.
Alright, so you want me to do the survival check?
Sure.
Soft 20.
Yeah, so you were following the soft, expensive-looking boot prints, and you're finding them all throughout this room. You are seeing that some boot prints come from the north and are coming into this room, and you see that there are some from here that go to the northeast in this cavern.
Alright, so it looks like that's where we're heading next.
So room number 8 is a cavern with a 30-foot high ceiling that's studded with stalactites. And the floor is so uneven that this entire area in room 8 is considered difficult terrain. It's just a very rough room that looks like it's been carved from cascading water.
Yep.
Alright. Do you guys want to stealth?
Oh, definitely.
Sure. Not that it really does a whole lot of good, but we'll give it a try.
All right. Go ahead and make your stealth checks.
That's better.
28.
Nice.
Okay. Disadvantage.
Telfar gets a ninja mask. Are you still flying, Telfar?
Yes.
All right. You
For
get.
the next hour until someone shoots me down.
I like how you're wearing the goggles. They're so big on your little face. That's
A
some
little
good.
icon. It makes her look like an anime character.
Yeah, that's some apocalypse gear right there. She needs a flame throwing electric guitar and like a '57 Chevy. What'd you get, Aaron? You got 24.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to move Telfar all the way up here.
My stealth check is 18.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a clangy dwarf. Mittens, what'd you get?
Yeah.
21.
That's pretty good too. And Thrick?
10.
Wow. Well, you know.
Win some, you lose some.
I
Yeah.
got an 8.
And you got an 8. I got a rock.
At least I'm not the worst.
I'm just gonna firebolt this column as we walk past. Because we haven't had good experience with the last columns.
You do, and a 50-foot long tentacle is going to engage every one of us.
Right. Aaron's learned his lesson. Dum dum dum.
I'm going to take a dagger and dig the silver T out of the floor.
Ignore the T's. Yeah. The ceiling is 30 feet high at the northwest end of the cavern and gradually slopes down to 20 feet high as the cavern narrows into a passage that leads to Area 10. That would be to the south. There is a passage here to the north that is caved in. That's what these dots here are. They're showing a cave in. Everybody. Everybody make a perception check.
I see nothing. I'm like, la-di-da-di-da. I rolled a nat one.
Wow.
Wow.
Norate blinds himself.
Oh, look at the rock.
Oh, yeah, 27.
I rolled 11.
Okay.
Well,
11 and 12 don't get it.
28.
28 gets it. What about Mittens?
10.
Wow. So who got my 20s up there? So Aaron and who else?
Thrick.
Thrick. Aaron and Thrick, you see very thin spider web lines that are tripwires crossing the floor in two different locations.
Well, it's good that Aaron is up at the front
Yeah.
and that
I'm not on the ground.
Telfar is flying because
Yeah,
I can let
Telfar's
everyone know.
Yeah, Telfar's not going to trigger any of these tripwires, but everybody else might.
Right.
Yeah.
So I will let everybody know where that is and where the other one is.
Do you want to attempt to disable them, or do you want to try to step over them?
Are they difficult to step over?
Very. They are
Okay.
nigh
Gotcha.
invisible.
Okay.
So I would allow for Aaron and Thrick to make a dexterity check at advantage to step over them, but literally everybody else is going to be at disadvantage
Gotcha.
to do so.
Yeah, so we need to disable
Yeah.
it.
You want me to throw a
And-
skeleton at it?
Just trigger it.
Oh,
Could they just mark the ground where it is so we know to step over it?
If you mark the ground where it is, I would allow you to make a regular dexterity check to step over it.
what kind of check would it require to disable it?
I have a
To
thieves'
disable
tool.
it,
I can use thieves' tools because I've got proficiency, even expertise with them.
so if you were to try to disable it, it would be a dexterity check as well, but it's far lower than trying to step over and not trigger it.
Woohoo! I think you did it.
Oh,
Well, it's
Wow,
20,
yeah.
but
So
that's the first time I got to use my expertise in thieves' tools.
And
so
you
yeah,
need
this
it.
one's completely disabled. You clip the wire on that.
Yeah, I store the trap in my backpack since I was able to pull it
So
out intact.
The here's the thing: you don't see that this tripwire goes to anything.
Oh goodness!
You see that it doesn't go to a device or a box. It is a thin, single layer thin line of strand, almost a monofilament, that goes to more webbing that goes up and is on the walls.
It triggers the spiders.
So it's about 10 feet long.
Yeah, about that.
Monofilament.
Yep.
So what you're saying is we should set the webs on fire.
That's what I was thinking from the
Yes,
start.
it might just be a sensor for whatever's on the web.
Yeah.
Well, burning it will break it just like your ankle would break it. So
That's
that
true.
would be basically setting it off.
But it might also set everything else on fire.
Well, we can use fire when whatever it
Try
is.
to disarm his.
So
Yeah.
everybody should, in real life, everybody keep a box of matches away from Brady.
It's not my fault fire is beautiful.
Okay.
I like lighting candles, not
Right.
stuff.
Are you going to do the other one, Telfar? Or I can, either one.
First we should make... Oh,
You
wait.
had 11 to yours, and I only had 9. So maybe
First we should do like a survival check to see if the footprints even go south.
Well, in case something
That-
comes and we have to
go ahead
run,
and
it'd be nice to have a
Well,
open.
go ahead and make your survival check, Thrick.
Yeah.
15.
So yeah, you do see that there are some soft-soled boot prints that come in here, but it looks like a singular person rather than the groups that you saw before. The other tracks that you notice are large, pointed, kind of curved but pointed foot is setting
Mhm.
into the ground here.
Hmm.
Clearly,
Large spider feet.
clearly heavy.
Some new prints. Could
Yes.
be spiders.
Given the thread, yeah, possibly. Okay,
Given the
but-
traps of the spider web.
Here we go again. Let's see. I think it's /R 1D20, and we're going to. Actually, I was gonna say you're gonna help me, so
Yeah.
So you get advantage.
does that gives you advantage, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. I always want to use this tool in a good way, and I do have one that's got 11 built into it right here, so I'll just use. Well, whatever. It's close enough. I don't care. It's only 10, but we'll see what we get. Okay. So 26.
That was your 26 to attack, though.
Well, that's a +10, and it has a button where I can get advantage.
Right.
Instead of me
I see.
typing a big long bunch of
I
crap.
I see. So yeah, 26 actually does it. So yeah, you are able to clip that string without
Setting off the traps.
without warning Chatty Cathy to start talking.
I'll keep the string if it's especially
It
useful,
is
tight or whatever.
it
Might make
is
good bowstring.
very strong spider silk.
Okay. Use it for a high strength bow someday.
And Thrick, those large pointed tracks lead. There are several of them that lead into this southwestern cavern.
All right.
Perhaps.
So you two want to stealth in there and see what we're dealing with?
Could they be Eder traps? Could I see if they are?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Soft 20.
Wow. You can tell that they are not ettercaps. The tracks that you are seeing look like they are from driders.
Yeesh.
Okay, that was my second thought.
Don't like driders.
I still like
Abominations.
Liam's original reaction when he discovered that they were going to fight driders. Like, ew, gross, driders.
That's the proper response.
All right. So, is somebody going to stealth in there and look around, or?
Yep. Go for it, Telfar. Standard operating
So-
procedure.
Nice. Are we going with my previous stealth roll
Are
then?
you kidding me? All right. So, yeah, you can use your previous stealth check.
Sweet. Then I'll go to here.
All right. Well, I know you. Just for shits and giggles, Telfar, what is your passive perception?
14.
Wow. All right. So, yeah.
There's Striders.
Yeah. Yes, there's striders.
Come out of the wall.
You stealth in here. And I'm sorry, what was your previous stealth check?
28.
Yeah, that figures. So
That's why you put the ninja icon on me.
right, yeah. So you stealth in here, and there are 2 driders. They're here, and there are 4 giant spiders in here. And this cavern ends. It is a dead end. Make a perception check.
There's 4 giant spiders and 2 what? Driders?
Yes.
I'm going to use one of my luck charges to re-roll that one. It was a 1. I re-rolled those. Oh, there we go. Something decent. 22 perception.
22 gets it. So this southern end of the hall where this one drider is sitting, just beyond the drider, you see that the wall is obscured heavily by webs. However, with your 22, you're able to see that the webs are actually clinging to a archway that is set into the back of the chamber wall. Right here.
Do I see anything in this room that looks like loot?
Mm-hmm.
You see a room that is
So
screaming
the other
for a
thing
fireball.
the other thing that you see is you see a number of spaces. There are a number of mushrooms in here. They're trillimac mushrooms, which trillimac can be cut off in sheafs, dried, and turned into a parchment. It's common for spell books to be made out of trillimac in the Underdark. And on these trillimac mushrooms, you see that there has been scrawled very odd writing. Do you speak Undercommon?
Oh goodness, no.
Okay. You're 22. You look at this writing and you can see the rhythm of the writing, and you believe that this writing to be haikus of some kind.
Hmm.
Um,
And there's nothing that looks like a, I don't know, a fancy chest full of gold. Or...
so on this drider here, you see that this drider is wearing a waist belt just above his rather large spider abdomen, and there is a leather wrap that would normally be used to carry calligrapher's pens.
All right. I will stealthily float back to my little friendy friends.
Okay.
I will point at Mittens.
Fireball.
All right,
way.
you're up.
And I will say, I don't think you like spiders, do you? You don't like spiders. You're not going to like what's in the next cave. There are 5 giant spiders and 2 giant spider men, half spider, half drow. And they look like they have some treasure, and there's like some weird webbed up arch on the back of the wall, but otherwise it's a dead end. I don't know. What do you guys say? Blow them to smithereens?
I say, blow them to smithereens. I'll prep my wand of fear and drive them back into that dead end that you're telling us about.
Nice. Well, it's kind of
Dragging my circle.
kind of a funny cave kind of shape, and you know, they're all,
Fireball!
I'd say,
Fireball
within
them.
30 feet of each
Until
other.
they burn.
All right, so you're going to send in Mittens to twin cast fireballs. Is that what the plan here is?
Yes.
Oh, I maybe,
So, like right here, Mittens. Is that where you're thinking you want to go? And then, yep, that's looking like.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
are you doing 2 fireballs? Is that what your plan is?
You can do one, and I'll hit them with the wand of fear if they start to come towards us. And that'll let you choose to do the second one.
And then we can just pick them off from there.
Or we can just pick them off as they, any ones that fail.
Yeah.
They may not fail, in which case we better get ready to fight.
So the giant spiders got a 6 for their save. The driders didn't do much better. They got a 13. So how much damage are they all going to eat? I mean, is this like a spoonful of shit makes the president go down, or is this,
I wish.
Big old spoonful of shit. Delicious. Just like Mother used to make.
This is a shit sandwich.
Yeah. Delightful.
I mean, none of them were bad, but none of them were good.
We need Flavius up here next to Mittens so that we've got some meat here to stop any rush.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if there's any survivors, this is definitely going to break stealth.
Yeah, I'll probably hang back at first and then run in because otherwise they're going to see us right away.
All right. Are you using a calculator with that dice roll there? Mittens?
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to calculate spell stuff.
Oh, okay.
39.
Total of 39. Okay, so yeah.
And I'm just gonna. No, actually, I do want to wait because they need to be in line of sight for the cone. This is what I call a fair fight.
Yeah.
One where we don't risk death.
I'm glad I still have one rage left.
Well, when he's done, you guys might have something to eat and, have a good place to take a long rest if you wanted to.
Oh.
Well,
You
you know,
took out all the
guys,
spiders. That's awesome.
while we're down here, we might as well just, wipe out House Avrindar or whatever.
I'm just gonna put this circle off to the side.
So, all of the giant spiders are done. They are completely dead. They
Upside
are crispy.
down.
Yeah, they
their
are.
legs turned up.
They immediately flip over and curl up their legs, and are they? I mean, if you add a little bit of butter and garlic, the place would smell fantastic. The Driders, not so much. So, Mittens, if you're twin casting, are you going to do that again? Oh, you weren't going to twin cast another fireball?
Nah.
Oh,
Good deal.
I'm
okay.
running really low on spells.
Then
Yeah.
everybody roll initiative.
Okay, but I had a held action from the initial one.
What was your held action?
Wand of Fear when they come through the get in the narrow zone to drive them back and not have them overrun us.
Okay.
Of course,
Well,
with only two, it's hard to overrun.
That'll still be held. But let's see where everybody falls.
Yeah,
in the
look at my
stat.
initiative. Sweet.
Thrick, what'd you get?
9.
Wow. That's unlike you.
Yeah.
Telfar, what'd you get?
17.
Norate.
15.
17? Dun, 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 dun. Mittens.
23.
Wow.
You're guaranteed to run away.
Aaron.
6.
Okay. And Flavius.
11.
All right. Yeah, I clicked on it anyways. Stupid me. Stupid me. All right, so Mittens goes to the top of the class. Drider. Oh, wait, no. So between Telfar and Norte, which of you wants to go first?
Key one can go first.
Okay. All right, Mittens, what would you like to do with your 23?
I'm gonna immediately stop and on my tail. Not my tail, but like pivot my foot and go. Actually.
Okay. Darn tabaxis.
I'm going to firebolt this spider.
Go for it.
18.
Nope. You miss.
I'm gonna feline agility, pivot on my foot again, and go nope.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Mittens is scuttling.
It's like that
It's like
snow in front of the door with the one little perfect paw print.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes. It's got a. You can see where
like
the
when
snow's
you-
been turned. Like, nope, I'm out of here.
when you just miss a spider on the wall, it just starts scurrying away.
Yes.
It's like, no, thank you.
Nope.
I always find it funny where they actually, before you even make the swat at a spider or an ant or anything, where they notice you and they actually either decide to run away or they think they are a badass and they're going to go into attack mode. Like, no, I'm just going to go ahead and charge this guy and see what he's going to do. It's like, oh yeah, that's going to work out well for you.
Yeah.
You turn and face you and go, want some?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they pick up
that's
those.
spoken like a guy who's never been chased by a spider.
Yeah, right.
They pick
Or
those
they just-
first two legs up, and I'm out of there. I'm like, oh boy, no leaping on my face.
Yeah, I don't like spiders. I have a bigger issue with things like wasps and yellow jackets. They love me, and I'm like, nope. Especially being very allergic to them. I'm like, no, you need to get the F away from me. I do not want to be around you. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want you to land on me. I don't want you to smell me.
Spiders, though, either for me, they usually run away, or they just hold as still as they can, and
Right.
it's like, you don't see me.
Yeah, ignore me.
I'm just a dirt smudge on the wall. You can't hear me. You can't see me.
And even worse,
And it usually works.
and then there's the worse than spiders. There's scorpions who act like the wasp version of spiders, and they're like, yeah, you're not doing
they are.
anything to me, and you're ignoring me. I'm gonna come over and sting you anyways because I'm a dick.
Yeah.
My entire species is just a dick.
Yep. And that is the truth.
I got like the ultimate spider tail. I was in Japan when I was a teenager, and my younger brother got at the beach 3rd-degree sunburn all over his back.
Oh.
So he couldn't move for like days. And we were back at the house by ourselves, and I just hear him scream and run out of the room. And he hadn't moved for days because his back was hurting so much. So I went in, and there was a spider on the curtain, and its feet stretched out like 7 or 8 inches.
Oh, jeez.
It was just enormous. I had to do battle with that spider with a wiffle ball bat.
I bet.
Like,
you know you're in trouble when the spider has a life bar.
yeah.
Oh.
And it's like going, here, come here. I've got resistance versus bludgeoning. Attack me. So Telfar, what would you like to do here?
Ooh, I'm going to move up into this area.
Okay.
No, you're in the zone.
What zone?
You're in the zone that smells very delicious.
Yes. Your stomach starts growling. I could eat.
Stinky zone. And I'm gonna snipe it, the southernmost.
Okay, go for it. Smells like a crab bake mixed with burnt hair.
Ugh.
That is a
I
28.
I had to go and ruin a good thing, right? I'm sorry, what'd you get, Telfar?
28.
Yes, that definitely gets him.
Oh, make it a 30. A 30.
God, was that a nat 20?
No, it was an 18, but I've got that heroism thing going on.
Oh,
I
that's
add
right.
10 for my
That's right.
stuff. No. 27 damage.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
And I will rehide
All right.
for
So Telfar has I
28.
in my perusals through the last week, Telfar has an advantage as a rogue over Aaron, being an Eladrin. And that advantage is that she is a halfling who can hide in plain sight. She can hide. That's like a racial ability. She can hide while people are looking at her. You
Yes.
can't. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So and basically it has to do with the fact that she can like duck between their legs and the whole 9 yards because that's her normal modus operandi.
Like 3 feet tall.
Whereas Aaron, if he had done this exact thing and the 2 Driders are looking at him, his bonus action to hide wouldn't really work unless he also made a move.
Yeah, I have to get out of sight,
Yeah.
of line of sight.
Yeah, if they see you, then it's a no-go. So, Narate, what would you like to do?
I am going to come up through here.
Okay.
And
if- Telfar.
can I cast Guiding Bolt?
Sure.
Telfar, what was your hide check?
height.
Oh, it was another 28.
Oh, okay.
So I got 22.
Which one are you attacking? The one that Telfar just attacked?
This one.
Okay. 22 hits.
Okay.
And this is actually going to be a good thing for everybody.
It's 5. So 5. Damage.
How much?
18.
All right. So you tag this this Drider with your guiding bolt that goes, "Rah!" And it is now glowing for everybody to see. And it has everybody will have advantage to attack it until the end of Norate's next turn. And it is the Driders.
Wait, I still have my follower.
That's true. What would your follower like to do?
He is going to cast Witch Bolt. Wait. That misses. So, soft 20
That's
hits,
hit.
right?
That does hit.
So that is 10 damage.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he's hurting. He just took 28 damage.
Yeah. So.
Driders have immunity to magic.
No, but he's all glowy and shit. So, oh, Norte. Nope. So this Drider scurries along the wall and stops like right there and is going to attack Norte. This one scurries over to attack Norte on the ground. Telfar, I'm going to give you an attack of opportunity on this Drider here, if you would like to take it.
Hex yes.
And you get advantage on the attack, not only because you are stealthed, but because it is all glowy.
Nice. It's a 24 to hit.
Yep.
Just wondering, what time is it in
19
game
damage.
for like Row of Stars?
Haha, you don't know because it is dark down here. I'm sorry, what'd you get, Telfar?
19
My
damage.
pocket watch.
I don't need to know. It's just Row of Stars for.
That's true.
weekends,
So
that's-
Norte has a trinket that we still haven't dealt with yet. That is a possibility for a future campaign, actually. Harry foreshadowing. He has a pocket watch trinket that every night at midnight it counts 1 hour of time backwards. Nobody's known
To
what
wind
this
it
thing
back.
does, every morning he has to wind it back to the correct time, basically adding an hour. Because the Forgotten Realms isn't stupid; they don't have daylight savings, and so he just adds an hour back to the time. So she hits this Drider. And to answer your question, your Robe of Stars will, if you take a long rest, roughly, it will be dawn the next day and it will regain its charges. Gets to make 3
Against
attacks.
Not Dawn.
Well, whatever. It'll recharge.
Yeah.
The dungeon master wills it so.
Right. So it's going to make... these are both going to make 2 longsword attacks and 1 bite attack. So the first rider is going to make his 2 longsword attacks. Miss with an 8. 23 to hit. And... oh, well, yeah. For 8 points of slashing damage. And then he's going to try to bite you with a 19 to hit.
Yes.
That's a miss. Second rider is going to make his 2 longsword attacks. Miss with a 10. Miss with a 10. And a bite attack. Ugh. And miss with a 13. This is the... I mean, this rider has googly eyes. He's an idiot. All right. Flavius, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna heal.
Unbeknownst to everybody, Flavius has a can of Raid in his backpack.
That would be awesome. I don't. So, can I get through this space that Pulsar's in?
Yeah, I'm going to say that you can move through friendly spaces.
Okay, then I'm going to get.
I'm
to
also
here,
flying, so
and then
go
move
underneath.
here.
That's true. Yeah, she's flying.
Oh, okay. So I'll move over here.
Okay.
And then attack this one.
Okay.
I am not going to use reckless attack because I can see this one quite well, so it means I am easier to hit him. But I am going to use Great Weapon Master.
All right. Go for it.
And I roll 18 plus 3 is 21 to hit.
That hits.
$23 damage.
Yikes. Your next attack.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. 18 to hit again, so 21 also.
That hits.
Much lower though. 3 plus 5 is 18 damage. Oh no, sorry. 20 damage because of the rage bonus. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you put an end to this strider.
Ooh.
You cut off a couple of legs in your first swipe, and then your second one, you just bring your weapon down and right through its abdomen and pierce it and stick it to the ground. And the strider just dies. And as you're stomping around in here, you are stomping on crispy spider remains. They crunch underfoot.
Technically, oh no, this is all of my movement. I already measured that out, so I can't move over to another.
Oh, so you don't get to use your newfound bonus attack?
Yeah.
All right. So that puts us at Thrick. What would you like to do? Now keep in mind, the ruler is awesome, but everything that you do with the ruler is all an estimation.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like 28.3, it's probably closer to like 30 feet. I don't.
Yeah. So is that spider like
He's
on
crawled
the
up.
wall?
He's 30 feet up on the wall, so he's near the ceiling. He's kind of got a
Okay.
couple of legs on the ceiling and a couple of legs on the ground, and is like leaning down with his abdomen and was swinging at Norite.
All right. So I'm gonna move over there and have one of my skeletons shoot at it.
Go for it.
An 18 to hit.
Nope.
Damn. All right. Wait,
Bounces
was it
off the rock
already
wall.
injured at all?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna use Toll the Dead on it.
Okay. And he gets a 21 to a save.
Damn. All right. Then that's my turn.
Okay. Don't you have another 2 skeletons? Well, they can't really do anything.
Yeah, they don't have bows.
Yeah, and they don't have climb. So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, what would you like to do?
Well, I had I had prepped my wand of fear, but everybody rushed past me, and my horrible black chicken landed on it, thinking it was a roost, and so I'm holding back and not shooting my wand of fear down there and plastering everybody. So I will. I will hold an action or ready an action to oh hell, I don't know. I'm just gonna observe. Done.
So, do you want to hold an action that if it gets by Norte, or that you're gonna attack or something like that?
I don't know. I think it's surrounded and gonna die, so I'll prep a dodge. I'll dodge.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So your dodge action, any attack against you will be at disadvantage. Mittens, what would you like to do?
Oh, and dumb question. How do you guys make the yellow ring pop up around the target?
Hold down.
Click and hold.
Ah,
Yeah, if you if
Gotcha.
you click and hold, it will do a ping in the color that is in the square at the bottom. So yours is kind of like a mauve color.
thanks.
So yeah.
I got a boring orange brown.
Yep. So what would you like to do, Mittens?
I'm just gonna move back here.
Okay.
Just wait.
You're just going to hold your action. Or are you going to do like a dodge action?
I'm just gonna hold a firebolt.
Okay.
You're gonna ready a firebolt in case the thing comes towards you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gotcha.
Not fast enough to actually get anywhere except for right in front of it.
Okay. So keep in mind that all of this has happened in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Just something to keep in mind. Telfar, what would you like to do?
I am very bouncy.
I want to shoot it to death.
Go for it.
I am so happy with the re-rolling one natural one. It's just the best. Yay! 29 to hit. No, 31 to hit.
31 hits.
Yay!
29 was close, but 31 definitely hits.
I know. 5. $23 damage.
Ow. All right. And for your bonus action?
28 to hide.
All right. Norite. So this guy was just swinging on you. What are you going to do about that?
I am going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Grab a spider leg and go for inflict wounds.
Okay. A 18 plus
No.
6
Oh, yes.
is 24.
Yes, that hits. Roll damage.
Let's go.
Suck the life right out of this guy.
5. So that's 6, 12, 20, 25 damage.
Oof.
Necrotic damage.
So Norte reaches out and grabs this Drider's leg, and you see that the torso, you see the veins in the torso, the elven torso pop out, and you see that the eyes kind of get hollow and shrink in, and Norte just goes snap and breaks off the end of this Drider's leg, and has this Drider's part of the spider leg in his hand.
Ouch.
And it should no. Okay, my follower's gonna cast Witch Bolt.
Go for it.
Is it last time casting it? Wait, no, that's wrong, guys. That is 19.
That hits.
Okay, barely.
And the crowd goes wild.
You're 6 damage.
Oof. Wow. All right. I was actually going to be like, what? Is this sidekick going to kill something? That would be a first time ever. But no, it didn't. The Drider is going to make 2 longsword attacks on Narate and a bite attack.
Jeez, I'm like,
21 to hit with a longsword.
that hits. Ow.
For 7 points of slashing damage.
Cool.
An 18 to hit, which I'm pretty sure misses you.
Misses, yeah.
And then a bite attack. Nat 20. So let's see here. So the good news is you don't have to worry about the poison condition. It's just poison damage. So you take
Resistance.
you take 3 points of piercing damage, and you'll take, if you have resistance to poison, you'll take half the poison damage.
Take 2 points or 1 point?
So you take 2 points of piercing damage. And then you will take 3 points of poison damage. I
have resistance against poison.
It was 6, so with your resistance, you would take 3.
Okay.
And that is the Drider's turn. Flavius, what would you like to do? This Drider's not looking good, and he's like hanging to the side of the wall and part of the ceiling with 7 legs, because 1 leg has been severed.
Would I be able to reach him if I ran over there?
Yeah, you could reach the torso of him.
Okay, I will do that.
All right.
Do you want me to do an athletics check to jump up or anything?
No, you can just go ahead and do it. I mean, he's been making attacks against Norte, so he's within range.
Okay.
He's kind of hanging down.
I am using reckless attack now, as well as Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
Great Weapon Master, I think, just goes off automatically. Well, no, it doesn't. I do have to choose it. 16 plus 3, 9? 19, I mean?
Yes, that hits.
Uh, 21 damage.
Ooh, yeah. So you reach up and stab the Drider directly in his elven chest, and he slumps and falls to the cavern floor. Does any of you speak Undercommon?
I believe Norte does.
So the haikus that you see on the on the Trillimac mushrooms, here's an example. My queen of spiders, dark diamond of the abyss, snare me in your web. And so one of the Driders has a calligrapher's kit on him. The other Drider has woodcarver's tools and 3 carved Zirkwood statues of Lolth. They would be worth about 1 gold piece each.
Does anyone mind if Telfar has the calligraphy set?
Go for it.
Knock yourself out.
We should eat the spiders.
Not the Driders, though. That's a little
Nope.
too.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah. Mm. So in this cavern, you can, if you would like, this would be a good spot for you to take a long rest, to replenish your spells and your health. You'll
This looks quite
probably
defensive.
want to set up a watch. The archway at the back of the cavern that's covered in webs, you find. So this archway, where is the description of the archway? Carved into the arch are 6 stone niches. Each one contains a small stone figure that weighs 1 pound. The figurines represent a black dragon, a unicorn, an umber hulk, an owlbear, a minotaur, and a manticore. Carved into the wall inside the arch is a stylized image of a mountain with a full moon symbol above it. Close inspection of the moon reveals that there's a half-inch diameter hole in the middle of it.
That's a round hole, like something you might stick a wand into, or is it a slotted one like a key?
It's a round hole. Aaron, make an insight check.
Oh, I had advantage clicked, so it would have been the 25.
Yeah, 25 is still amazing. You deduce that if you take the unicorn figurine and put the horn into the hole, the gate will open. This gate, you have to be 9th level to go through, and it will lead down to level 6. So you guys couldn't even step through the gate if you wanted to.
Okay. So I would examine these figures and look to see if the others had some sort of similar protuberance that might be used as keys. These might all be keys.
You don't see that these other figurines are a key, but you do realize that if the other figures are not placed in their niches, then the gate won't open if you put the unicorn horn in. So they all have to be present in order for the gate to open.
Right.
So from here, you guys are able to take a long rest. You can recoup all of your lost hit points, and you get all of your spell slots back. I would like to take a 5-minute break, and we can move forward from there.
All right.
Okay.
That's
All right.
great. Chris, I actually have to get going for what we talked about earlier.
Okay. I will hopefully see you next week then.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, I have no problem next week.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.
Welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I think we're still waiting for our players to return from our brief break. But while we're waiting, if you scroll down in your Twitch screen, in the Twitch stream, you will see at the bottom of the page that there is a link to Help Save Going Gaming. We are a gaming group from Troutdale, Oregon, and due to the coronavirus, the shop that we play at, Goin' Gaming and Grub and Grog, has had to basically close their doors and shut down all of their in-store games. So the Dungeons and Dragons games have all been canceled, all of the Magic the Gathering games, and pretty much the entire store is closed to customers. They are still able to do, Grub and Grog is doing curbside pickup and deliveries of food in some games, and even beer if you wanted to order a beer. But that's not enough for the shop to make it through this pandemic crisis. And so we have started a GoFundMe in order to gather funds for them to be able to weather the tides of change here. If you could please donate, and even the smallest amount will help. That would be very much appreciated. They are a cornerstone of the gaming community in this area, and we would very much like to have someplace to land. We also have links to a couple of our friends down there. There is Talon and Claw. They make some beautiful wooden products, including Dungeon Master screens and dice vaults in a number of different types of wood. If you click on their link, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And then there's also the Gilded Archive. And the Gilded Archive does beautiful leather work. She creates covers for the core rule books that are all hand-stamped, hand-stitched, and hand-painted. She also does some beautiful leather polyhedral dice bracelets where the dice are stamped out on the bracelet, and they come in multiple colors. One of the more favorable ones right now is the rainbow dice color, where every polyhedral dice is a different color. So please go ahead and check her out. She does beautiful work. And having said that, I'm still waiting for players. Carl, are you with us?
Yeah, Aaron's here.
All right. And Flavius has left us for the evening. He had a online date to watch a movie with his daughter, so I can totally understand him having to leave our game.
Oh dang, we should be so mad at him for wanting to spend time with his family.
I know, right?
What a scrub. Who spends time with a...
Leaving the party hanging. No, I totally understand spending time with his kids, and he is to be commended for that. There is far too many fathers out there that don't do that, so.
Okay, so he found the door that gets to be open, but we can't go until level 9, right?
So this particular archway, so as you have learned early on when you came into Undermountain, there is a Hallister had a apprentice who was named somebody. So
Name was someone.
yeah, Hallister's apprentice, Jasira Kesseltharp. She ran away from Hallister, but she didn't run away from Undermountain. Instead, she used her magical experimentation and found a way to meld herself into the dungeon itself. And she is acting as a benevolent force that she tries to protect adventurers from themselves. And so in order to pass through this archway, you must be level 6. So that means that the only 2 players that could pass through this archway would be Thrick and Mittens.
You said level 6?
Or I'm sorry, did I say level 6? I meant...
Yeah.
We're on 3 right now. Is that where we are?
It would put you on level 6. You're on level 4 right now. You would have to be 9th level in order to pass through this archway.
Right.
My apologies.
One more level.
Well, Telfar, do you think the key icon here, the unicorn, would fetch a decent price at the goblin market?
Well, is that something that you want to sell? Because you know that the the unicorn figurine is your key to making this gate work.
Well, true. We can't use it at this point in time. So it's...
Find something that you can't use now, it's probably going to be more important in the future.
Right. So essentially, these gates are your quick way of getting back to the surface. So the deeper you go, the faster you can get back up. And in turn, when you because you guys always want to go back to Troll Skull Manor after a level or two, you're going to want to go back to Troll Skull Manor, and to get back to where you were, you're using these gates, these archways, in order to get back to where you were. So
Well, we should
Same
then let's
point,
keep all of
okay?
them.
it would be it would be wise for you to take all of these figurines and stick them in your pack.
Yep. Okay, done. So I'm going to say that we have keys for level 4 to 6 archway.
Correct.
The unicorn arch.
So from here, I'm looking at my map. So I am going to fast travel you guys back to Area 11, because that's like the best spot for you to make your decision on where you want to go from here. Do you guys see?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
I always ask that because I've had some issues with my Sunday game where they have a hard time sometimes keeping up with the map and scrolling around and whatnot, and mostly it's a problem with slow computers. So you get back to Area 11 and you are able to determine a couple of things. So everybody
I'm just
make
looking back at my fireball circle.
yeah. Do you want me to delete that? Or do you
I'm
want to just
keeping
keep it
off.
just keep it hanging around in case you need it again? All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So everybody make an investigation check.
Yep. So I do not see anything, and I rolled a 2.
Well, you're not really
12.
investigating to see something. You're investigating to figure something out. But yeah, you didn't figure it out with a 2.
18.
So you got an 18. What did Telfar get?
19.
Oh, 19's good. 18's good.
Got 12.
Yeah, 12's not going to do anything. So 18 and 19, you guys have determined that. So when you were on the previous level and you were talking with Azrock and his wife, you were told that the drow, House Auvryndar, had sent people down to level 4 and they were trying to gain a foothold on level 4. You have now stopped that. You have killed the drow presence in level 4 entirely.
Nice.
So you on your character sheets let's see, what page would that be? On your bio page where you have your organizations and whatnot, you can put down that you've gained 1 renown with the Legion of Azrock. And this will be something that will come into play later. So I will tell you guys another little secret. So I think Aaron, you looked at this, but I went through for my other Sunday game, and I was putting in the character information into the character sheet into Roll20, and it's pretty awesome. So if you at any point decide that you want to do that, you can launch the game and you can go into your profile and do that information. And because I have the player's handbook shared in the compendium for this game, if you have any spells or anything, you can look up a spell and just drag it from the compendium and drop it directly onto your character sheet. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's quite handy. I like it. And then you can also like click on a spell when you're going to cast it. If somebody has a question, well, what does that spell do? You can just click on it in your character sheet and it'll go and stick it right into the chat window. It's pretty awesome. So from here, so the other reason that you were down here is that you were trying to track a dwarf who had stolen the dagger of blind sight from Azrock in the on the previous level, and his wife, Azrock's wife, told you that if you brought that she would let you, or that she would talk to Azrock and tell him to give you the signet ring that he's wearing, which is the signet ring of House Auvryndar, because he killed the Raznar noble that came down and was trying to start a slaving operation based out of Skullport. And Azrock said, no, you're a piece of dung and I'm going to kill you, and did exactly that. And the Reznar's sister is sitting up in the yawning portal way up on the surface, and she has sent you guys down to bring back specifically, you've already told her that he is now Grey Goo and fed to an Audiug, and but you know where his ring is, and she said that it would bring her great comfort if you would bring her his ring. She also let you know that House Auvryndar was kicked out of Waterdeep for exactly that. They were kicked out of Waterdeep for slaving, and their noble name was tarnished because of that. And it has now been probably about 100, maybe 150 years since that happened. And she was just in the process of getting them their holdings back in Waterdeep, and they were going to be able to rejoin noble society. Et cetera, et cetera. And her brother comes along and tries to do this in order to fill the family coffers full of gold. And so she's not exactly heartbroken that he's dead, because he was going to bring ruin to everything that she was attempting to do. Yeah, it hurts because it's her brother, but yeah, he was kind of a piece of shit, so it doesn't really matter. So from here, Thrick, go ahead and make your survival check.
14.
So 14. On a 14, you are able to pick up more, not necessarily soft-soled boots. I mean, you do pick those up as well, but you already knew about those. But you pick up some heavier boots that look like they might belong to a miner or something like that, going in this direction to the southwest. They were boot tracks that were mixed in with the soft-soled boots, but now that you've had a little bit more time to look over them, you are able to follow those, and they appear to be going to the south.
All right. So looks like we need to go that way because there wasn't any gym, right?
What was the area at the top of the map before you
So right here?
traveled us away from Area 9?
What now?
We were in what, Area 10 and then Area
Yeah,
9?
you were up in Area 10, and I quick traveled you back down to 11. There was nothing in 9.
Nothing past that little.
So there was a cave-in on that passage to the north that normally that would lead to an expanded dungeon, but I haven't created a custom map for that.
Okay. Cool. South it is.
All right. Let me grab you guys.
We're flying through stone now. We have magical powers.
So down here to the south, this passage kind of does a fork, and one goes almost directly south, and the other one goes to the southeast. Which direction would you like to go? The heavy boot prints appear to go in both directions.
So I guess it doesn't really matter which way we go.
Southeast. It's
Alright.
bigger.
Bigger.
The bigger passage.
Well, that just means it's easier to fight. I know it doesn't make any sense, but arbitrary decision.
Alright. I guess so.
Bigger.
Yeah, let's go down the bigger pathway. Unless there's any objections.
A sneaky one of us should probably go down the other way and check it out.
Alright.
All right. So Telfar, go ahead and make your stealth check.
28.
Of 28.
28.
Okay.
I don't know why I keep rolling 28, but I keep rolling 28.
Who else is going to stealth?
I
Eric.
will.
Aaron has a 15.
Okay.
That's 18 again.
Nice.
Not bad.
You made that roll with disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Not bad for Clanky.
I
Yeah.
rolled an 18 and a 17.
Wow. All right. What about Thrick and Mittens? Are you guys going to try to hide, or?
Sure. Sure.
No harm in trying.
That's what you think.
24.
Wow.
26.
Jeez. Okay. So yeah.
That's what they think.
All right. So you're all stealthed. So that means you're all moving at half movement. Telfar, you stealth your way in. Who's going to be behind Telfar? How far back from Telfar are you going to be? And who is it?
Aaron, 15 feet.
Okay.
I'll go behind Aaron.
Guess I'll be there then.
So yeah, Aaron's about right there. So Telfar, you come into this large chamber. This cavern is immense. The ceiling is 50 feet high. There's a forest of zirkwood that erupts from the guano and moss-covered floor. The tallest and oldest of these zirkwood trees stands over 40 feet tall. Between the towering fungi, you see a number of toppled zirkwoods, and there are several stumps of zirkwood stalks where somebody has come in here and cut them down. When you come into this chamber, you see
20 drow and 8 drider.
no, you see
Only 8.
that there is a carrion crawler
Oh, jeez.
that is over the top of a Duergar corpse. And it is just going to town, eating away at this Duergar corpse.
Unbelievable.
It looks up at you and seems to ignore you and just continues to mow on this Duergar corpse. To the north of in the cavern, you see that the thicket of zirkwood fungus gets thicker, and you can see that there is a little like hut, like a Yoda style hut that seems to have been made out of zirkwood stalks and bat guano. So it's basically a batshit igloo.
All right.
Why didn't someone just find the biggest one and then carve a house out of it? Smurf.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, can I take a pop shot at that carrion crawler?
You can.
All
You would
right.
get. Well, you're already stealth, and it doesn't necessarily see you. It hears the noise, looks in that direction, and goes back to eating. It doesn't seem. It seems to be fully engrossed in devouring this dead Duergar.
All right then.
Let's shoot him.
Now I'm gonna shoot him.
All right.
And I'm gonna use my second luck point to re-roll that.
Yeah, I used a carrion crawler for the first time since the other day since I was maybe 14, and it's like, holy crap, carrion crawlers are awesome.
They're
Well,
scary.
it's gonna be a 21 to hit.
That it. Got his attention now.
Yeah. You were supposed to scout, not pull.
Like an easy mark.
See, this is like me playing a hunter in World of Warcraft. It's like, oh, you were just supposed to go up ahead and look and see what was everything was there. You weren't supposed to shoot anything.
20 damage.
Oof. Oof. All right. So, yeah, that gets his attention.
Initiative.
Everybody roll initiative. Oh, really?
12.
Oh,
Carrion crawler gets a whole 6. Thrick, what'd you get?
9.
Why does it do that? And Telfar.
12.
And Narte.
Oh.
And Mittens.
20.
And Aaron.
19.
Alright. Between Telfar and Narte, which one of you wants to go first?
Snipey can go first.
Okay.
Pew pew.
Alright, Mittens, what would you like to do?
Yeah. Chiller right here. And
You have advantage on your attack.
firebolt.
You are stealthed. Carrion crawler only has a passive perception of 13, so it does not see you.
I'm assuming it also
That's-
doesn't have an AC of 25.
No, that is a hit.
$23.
Oof. Yeah, that really hurts. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
That's it.
Okay. Aaron, what would you like to do?
I'll move 30, get around the corner,
Okay.
say, boy, Telfar woke up full of piss and vinegar. And gee whiz. I will gosh, there's not a whole lot of good stuff to do here. But
shoot the carrion crawler.
yeah, I'll do a dodge.
Okay.
And we're gonna see what happens.
All right. So you are
Because
still stealth.
I'm expecting someone coming up from the north if
Okay.
we make a whole lot of noise.
Okay. So yeah, you go ahead and you go over there, and you are still stealth, and you are going to dodge.
Yeah.
Telfar, it is your turn. You are not stealthed anymore. What would you like to do?
Summon a saber-toothed cat.
Okay,
I
so
like it.
you summon a saber-toothed cat. I'm going to give you a little cat icon or something. I don't know if there is a cat icon. There is not.
Boo.
Yeah, I
We need
can't
to
believe
give-
there's a cat icon. What the hell?
We need to give that carrion crawler something to suck on.
I know, right?
Stick a skeleton in its mouth.
Well, it had
Look,
something in its
now
mouth.
I've got whiskers. Whiskers.
We'll give you an all-for-one icon. So you summon a saber-toothed tiger, which will so that's your action. You summon it. It can go on your next turn.
But here's my
Your...
question. Here's my question, Chris.
Yes.
I didn't, as far as I can tell, I didn't summon it. Vicky the Glider summoned.
That's true. That's true.
Because
So
Vicky will cast Charm of Animal Conjuring for me once per long rest, and as
Right.
my minion,
So-
they go on.
so-
mine, right?
right, and so that would go on. That's your Chwinga, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it would, and the Chwinga goes on your turn. So therefore, the saber-tooth tiger would go on your turn. It can go on your next turn. What would you like to do with your action?
With my action, I am going to shoot the carrion crawler again without my stealth bonus,
Okay.
and I miss.
Go.
Go.
All right.
And,